Hey YouTube, I'm going to bring to you my foundation tutorial, not tutorial, routine, whatever you want to call it. I already did my eyes, just so, not take up any of your time on that. And yeah, so let's just get started. And today I'm going to be using to prime my face, the L'Oreal Magic Lumi Primer. And even though I have oily skin, this works really well with keeping my makeup on without making it look like I get oily. So it's just a really good primer. And it kind of makes me have a glow to my skin, like I said, without making me look oily. So I'll just take a couple pumps like that, and I'll rub it on my fingers and press it into my skin, and you can kind of see how it kind of just gives you a nice glow. Now, I will tell you, I can't stand the smell of this stuff. It smells like, I don't even know, it just stinks. And I can't, like, every time I put it on, I'm just like, ugh. But you know, it looks good, so whatever. Pain is beauty. Do what you gotta do. Okay, and after I, did I have a mirror? Okay. After I prime my face, I'm gonna go on with my foundation, which is the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and I have the color 2-in-1 Desert Beige. Let me tell you guys, this foundation tops it all. Like, well, I can't really compare it to a lot of foundations because this is my first like high-end foundation. I usually stick with drugstore foundations because foundations can be expensive, let's get real. So I finally, because I had an Estee Lauder counter over at Palais Royal. I don't know if that's everywhere, but so I was like, oh, I might as well try it. So I picked it up, and I've been using it for about a couple weeks now, and stuff is no joke. Like, it is, oh my god, just my baby. Anyway, so because it's really liquidy, and I hate that it doesn't have a pump, which you need to get a pump for it, I will usually just kind of put some on the back of my hand, like dump it over, and then, sorry for the ratchet nail, and I'll dot it a little bit at a time on my face, because I don't want to put it on the back of my hand like I usually do because it's not thick enough for that. And then I'm going to take my Real Technique Beauty Blender, and I'm going to take the flat end of it and kind of just pat it in there. Let me get my mirror because it's hard to look at it like this. And like, it's weird because I've never been colored matched before, and I was worried I was going to spend all this money and not get the right shade. And turns out it was like perfect. I can't even do that with the drugstore. And then they have a lot to choose from. I don't know if you ever went and looked at these, but they have like 30 shades, which I think is really nice for high-end foundations. Okay, and then I'll put a little more. And I typically use my Sigma F80 Flat Top Kabuki, but it's currently not the cleanest. So you can already see this side has foundation, this side doesn't. So it covers me without looking too heavy because I don't look like a cake face. I just look like I, covered what I need to cover. Yeah. And then put a little more on the back of my hand, or not the back of my hand, back of my finger. And then dot it on this side. Like, I feel like I'm using this so much because I feel like I'm already running out, and I feel like I just got it. That could be just because I haven't been picking up any of my other foundations. Okay. And then I'm going to do my forehead. Wait for something to come out. Just a little bit on the forehead because I usually that's where I get oily up there, so I don't try not to put too much up there. And then once you get all that on there, you're going to do, or I do my concealer. And the concealer I use is, this is just for when I don't want to do like a heavy highlight or whatever. I just kind of need something subtle. This is the Rimmel Matte Perfection 2-in-1 Concealer and Highlighter. Okay, and this is the shade Fair Light. And then you kind of just, it has like one of those little brushes and you squeeze it out. Don't squeeze too much, because okay. And then I kind of just put it like a little bitty triangle looking motion, whatever you want to call it. And you get a little more out. See, that's what happens, kids. You squirt it on yourself. And then just do that. You can bring it up higher if you want to give you more of like a lifted effect, but I'm not going to do all that today. So I'll take one of my fingers that are clean and I'll just kind of dab it out first. You want to make sure to bring it up here as well, so it kind of makes your eyes look like they're awake instead of just having that under eye highlight. And then I'll go on with my beauty blender, the pointed part, and then I'll kind of just dab it out. See, it doesn't give you like a crazy highlight, but it kind of wakes you up. Okay, and then I will put a little bit in the center of my forehead right here. Just not too much, because I don't want it to be like highlight. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. I ain't gotta tell y'all. Okay, and then I'll put some down here, whatever's left on the beauty blender. Okay, and then once I finish with that, I'm gonna screw the lid back on here real quick. I'm going to take this Wet n Wild pressed powder in the shade Light Medium and just kind of, I'm going to use it to set my under eyes because we all know we get fine lines under there. Dab it off, and then you just want to press it. Don't, I'm sure you've heard this a million times, don't swoop it because then it kind of tends to wipe the product off. So I'll just put some on there. And then up here where you applied concealer. I mean, you can never really get too heavy-handed with this because it's just like sets everything, so you can go other places just beside your or where you put your concealer. Okay. And then we're going to move on to bronzer. I just used the Hoola Benefit bronzer. And I'm kind of just going to bronze the face. I'm not really going to contour because we're not doing anything really serious. I'm just kind of doing my everyday thing. And I use the e.l.f. It's called a complexion brush. I don't know. It's kind of just like a, hold on. Like a fluffy brush, whatever you want to call it. And then I just dab it in there, dab it off. And then I kind of just bronze. I don't really, like I said, I don't really contour. Sorry, I was looking for something and I got sidetracked. It tends to happen a lot. And then I'll put it on the temples up here. I have to move my hair. You put it on both sides of your temples. You want to leave this part where you kind of put the concealer, the highlighter, whatever, just so it looks symmetrical, I guess you could say. And go to the other cheek. For whatever reason, I feel like this cheek doesn't pick up as much as the other one does. If you know what I'm saying. And sometimes I'll take a little bit and I'll do like the sides of my nose just to give that a little bit of, I guess, dimension, make my nose look a little smaller. Okay, and I'm not going to add blush today because I didn't bring a blush brush over here. So this is basically my foundation routine. This is a long video. Okay, and so this is how it looks. This is just kind of a quick, it could be blended better. But I just wanted to do a quick, this is like 11-minute video. But yeah, so this is what it looks like with my eye look. I didn't do any mascara or anything. I kind of just threw this together. And I had my hair down, but I wanted to keep it out of the way for the video. Okay, so yeah, that's my foundation routine, guys. And yeah, so if you have any questions about it or anything I use, if I didn't mention anything, just let me know down below. And I hope you guys like this video. If you could thumbs it up, subscribe, that'd be awesome. And you guys keep doing what you're doing. And you have a great day. And I hope you keep watching my videos. Bye. See ya. Whatever.